Hi folks, today we are hosting our former student who has got 7 band for the first attempt. Hi Elmina.
Hi everyone.
So can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi everybody, my name is Elmina Исаева. I am a former student of the GLC center where I had been practicing my English lessons. Now it's a pleasure to tell a little about my story and a pass for getting a 7-band score on IELTS exam.
Where do you study?
Now I'm a student of the 10th grade in the middle school of Samarkand city.
Why did you choose to study at GLC center?
Well, initially the center was recommended to me as a center with professional teachers. Got this recommendation from my brother, who also got a high band score on IELTS exam. So I was really inspired by his results and tried to do my best to repeat his achievements.
Have you beat it?
Yeah, sure. And now I'm much more than happy that after a long pass I have achieved my aim, and now this helps me to enter my dream university.
And how it's like to feel this kind of emotions after passing this exam for high band?
Well, of course, initially you feel yourself satisfied with your results, that after your hard working you are reaping the rewards of your lessons, and now you just can forget about it and learn something new with the help of knowing the international language.
Can you tell us a little bit about your success story and what difficulties have you bumped during your studies, and about obstacles? Have you ever thought about giving up?
Well, to be honest, no, I had never thought about giving up, and I always understand that it's necessary and it always will be beneficial for me in my future. Of course, there are many difficulties which every student faces during his studying, but with the help of your surrounding and of course your lovely teacher, I have overpassed all the boundaries, and now I just can understand that each of the moment was really useful and knowledgeable for me, independent of any difficulties.
What about the support from your teacher and how the guidance which
my teacher is Karina Igorovna, and of course, besides my friends and family, much more support I had obtained especially from her. She always guides us into the right path and tries to provide all the information about our English lessons in such interesting way that you will be really inspired and will learn everything that she tells you to do with pleasure.
How many hours students must prepare to get a good band?
Well, there is no any certain time boundaries, but apart from the main English lessons, which are maybe 4 hours long, you should study yourself at least 5 or 6 hours a day in order to get a high results. And of course, teacher always tries to provide you with knowledge, but the main responsibility always lies on you, and your success in any ways and in any areas depends only on you. So of course it's self-studying.
Many students claim that the reading section is most tricky one, and what do you think about it?
Well, I partly agree with their opinion, but I can't say that it's only reading section, but all 4 sections are really interesting in some cases, and of course might be a little bit difficult. But I think that they think so just because of the great vocabulary which the reading text consists of. So, but I can't say so. From my perspective, it was the writing section which was the most difficult because you should try your best and just gather all your ideas into the one essay.
What was your result for this section for reading?
Thanks God, I got 8 as a reading section, and I'm much more than satisfied with this result. For me, the reading section is the most interesting one because while reading it and doing tasks and including homework, I had learned much more about all things in the world, including geography and some learning skills. So I can definitely say that this section was the one that I enjoyed the most during the exam.
Can you give some tips how to get a high score of IELTS for the first time?
Well, for the first time, of course, it's a little bit unusual always to study hard only at one topic, one lesson, but really in the surrounding, as I mentioned above, in the good surrounding with support of your teacher, this time flies really fast, and you just should practice more, learn as much as you can, and everything will be okay at your exam.
It's so tricky for me to ask you how many words do you know and which are enough to get 7 band.
Oh, that's a really interesting question, but there is no certain answer on it because you always should develop yourself, and the category of vocabulary I think is the main one in this advice, and you always should learn more words on every topic, more and more without stopping. So there is no any vocabulary size that will be enough for you.
Do you agree that grammar structures are not so crucial to get a high score on speaking band?
Partly yes, but grammar is general basis for all sections, and speaking section isn't an exclusion. So you obviously need your grammar structures to just express your ideas in the right way, but it should be in combination with your pronunciation, vocabulary, and of course fluency for native speaker who will take your exam.
To conclude, which suggestion you can give to our listeners and how to obtain a high score?
Well, firstly, of course, it's not to give up when you face any difficulties on your English learning path, but to study hard, always listen to your teachers. They will advise you only beneficial things and tips which will be really helpful at the exam. And study hard, all aims can be achieved if you do your best.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay.